Most cat owners think that switching from kibble to wet food is the healthier choice, and it can be, but here's the truth. Most wet cat foods are just as bad, if not worse. Packed with sugar, fillers, and barely any real meat. They are marketed as premium, but biologically, they are not even close to what your cat actually needs. Let's break down why. But before we start, my name is Sam, I'm your cat's nutritionist, and it's important for you to understand that I'm an independent nutritionist, and so I am not beholden to anyone. Look, when it comes to wet cat food, I do get it. Wet food feels fresher. It smells like real meat. It has more moisture, which is great for cats. It's more biologically appropriate since they naturally have a low thirst drive. So yes, it's often much better than dry in that respect. But let's look at what's actually inside that can. Let's take a look at your typical mainstream wet food. The label might say with beef or chicken entree, but legally that could mean as little as 4%. The rest, let's talk about it. Thickeners and gums. Carrageenan, guar gum, xanthan gum used to make that gravy or jelly texture. Some of these actually can irritate your cat's gut lining. The glycocalyx, which is the outer layer of your cat's gut, especially carrageenan, which is inflammatory in several studies. Sugars, yes, sugar, and this is my biggest pet peeve when it comes to cat food. Often listed as caramel, glucose, dextrose, and this is added for palatability and color. It has no place in a carnivore's diet, and even the vet recommended cat foods, and even some of the vet recommended cat foods contain sugar. That's absolutely a disgrace. But it doesn't stop there. We have cereals and plant protein. Now, cats are obligate carnivores. If you look at basic biology, cats are obligate carnivores, yet many wet foods use wheat gluten, soy protein isolate, or peas to bulk up the numbers without providing the right amino acids. And taurine, well, actually it has to be added back in because the base food doesn't naturally contain it. And taurine is absolutely essential so that your cat can see better, get pregnant, and have a healthy heart. But what does this mean for your cat's health? First of all, weight gain and obesity from unnecessary carbs and sugar. If you eat pasta 5 times a day and you overconsume calories, you are going to put weight on. Why? Because those excess carbohydrates are going to be stored as fat within the liver. Second of all, we have the diabetes risk because blood sugar spikes are common with plant-heavy diets. We also have urinary issues. Thickeners can irritate the bladder lining and increase inflammation, and that actually can lead to muscle loss over time. Sarcopenia, this is called in the medical field, especially in senior cats who need high quality animal protein. Your cat might look okay for now, but these diets are nutritionally hollow. However, if you look at any marketing label, the wet food packaging is incredibly misleading. Words like natural, premium, or veterinary approved mean absolutely nothing if the actual ingredients are poor. How about complete and balanced? This is the one that makes me chuckle every single time. That just means a lab added synthetic vitamins to meet a legal requirement, not that the food is species appropriate. You are basically paying for water, starch, and a sprinkle of vitamins. So what should you look out for? Named animal proteins as the first ingredient: chicken, beef, lamb, no sugars, no thickeners, and no cereals. We want a simple, clean ingredients list. Think meat, organ meat, broth, minerals. End of. High protein, low in carb. Cats thrive on animal fat and protein, not peas and rice. This is actually one of the things that we always talk about in our cat feeding guide, how to feed your cat for optimum health. I'm going to leave that guide down below so that you can download it, and that is going to give you a lot of empowerment whenever you look at your cat's food and what they actually need, and it'll transform the way you look and think about your cat's food, because until you actually get presented with this information, you aren't really aware. You go, you buy whatever your cat wants and whatever your cat will eat, and that is it. But actually, the food you're giving them might not be the right one. So, okay, what wet food should I be feeding them? Well, I have actually already done the homework for you. You can watch my video next, the best wet cat foods you can buy on the market. I go through the brands I actually trust based on ingredients, sourcing, and species appropriate nutrition. You can find it right here. More importantly, do not let clever marketing harm your cat. Feed them like the carnivores they truly are. Let me know what you think. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.